There was a boy who lived in a small town called Spring Hill. His name is Daniel. When Daniel was a child, everyone told him he was smart. Really smart. The kind of smart that makes adults lean in and whisper to each other about potential and bright futures. They'd smile and say, "One day you're gonna make it, Daniel. One day everything's gonna change for you." But nobody saw what happened when the sun went down. When Daniel lay awake in his bed, staring at the ceiling, when the lights were off and fear spoke so much louder than hope ever did. Daniel grew up, but not the way people expected. He didn't chase success. He chased something much easier. He chased comfort. He built his entire life around avoiding hard things, around waiting for the perfect moment that somehow never arrived. He had plans, sure, dozens of them, written in notes on his phone, scribbled in journals, playing on repeat in his head like a movie he'd watch but never actually live. But when you looked at his actual days, they all looked exactly the same. He'd wake up already tired, scroll through his phone for an hour, move through the day in a fog of "I'll do it later" and "I'm just not ready yet." Then he'd go to bed carrying that heavy weight of regret, promising himself tomorrow would be different. Except tomorrow looked just like today, and the day after that looked the same too. One evening, Daniel decided to visit his old teacher. This was a man with calm eyes and a way of speaking slowly, like every word had been carefully chosen. Daniel sat across from him and did what he always did. He complained about his luck, about timing, about how nothing ever seemed to work out for him. The teacher didn't argue. He didn't give a speech. He just picked up a glass of water that had been sitting on the table and held it up. "If you never pour this out," he said quietly, "it will grow stale. Bacteria will grow in it. It will become undrinkable." He paused and looked directly at Daniel. "So will you." That sentence hit different. It stayed in Daniel's mind long after he left. It echoed in quiet moments. It whispered to him in the middle of the night. A week later, Daniel missed an important phone call. Another opportunity gone. Another door that closed while he was still deciding if he should knock. That night he sat alone in his apartment. No TV, no music, no distractions. Just him and the crushing weight of his own choices. And in that silence, he realized something that broke him and freed him at the same time. Nothing was coming to save him. No perfect moment, no lucky break, no sudden burst of motivation that would make everything easy. He'd been calling his paralysis patience, but it wasn't. It was just fear wearing a more respectable mask. The truth Daniel finally understood is the truth most people spend their whole lives avoiding. Potential means absolutely nothing without action. It's just a nice word people use at funerals and in yearbook messages. Your dreams, no matter how beautiful they are in your head, do not move on their own. They don't grow just because you think about them. And comfort, that thing that feels so good in the moment, is slowly stealing the only non-renewable resource you have, your time. Daniel didn't wake up the next morning and transform into a completely different person. That's not how real change works. He started small, almost embarrassingly small. He set his alarm 30 minutes earlier. When it went off, he actually got up instead of hitting snooze 5 times. He worked on one important thing before he allowed himself to check his phone. Just one task, one promise kept to himself. Some days he failed. Some days he fell back into old patterns. But here's what was different. He showed up again. The next day, he tried again. And the day after that, he tried again. Weeks passed, then months, and something shifted. Energy that had been missing for years slowly returned. Focus that used to scatter like leaves in the wind started to sharpen. Confidence that had been buried under years of unfulfilled promises began to grow. People around him noticed something was different. They couldn't quite name it, but they felt it.
And opportunities, real opportunities, started responding not to his potential, but to his consistent effort. Daniel wasn't lucky. That's the part people get wrong when they look at someone who's made it. They call it luck or timing or connections. But Daniel was just consistent. He showed up when he didn't want to. He did the work when it wasn't fun. He kept going when results weren't immediate. And that consistency, that boring, unglamorous consistency, changed everything. Here's the biggest lie we've all been taught, that success comes suddenly, that one day you'll wake up and everything will be different, that transformation happens in a moment, like a light switch flipping on. It doesn't. Success grows quietly, in the dark, from small choices made daily when nobody's applauding. It builds in the moments you choose discipline over comfort, action over planning, starting over waiting. Stop waiting for motivation. It's not coming. Motivation is a feeling, and feelings are unreliable. They come and go like weather. What you need is discipline, the kind that makes you move even when you don't feel like it, especially when you don't feel like it. If this story feels personal, if Daniel's struggle sounds like your own internal voice, then this message is meant for you, right now. Not tomorrow, not when you feel ready, now. Hit the like button on this video. Share it with someone you know who's still waiting for their life to begin. Subscribe to this channel for more stories that don't just entertain you, but push you forward into the person you're supposed to become. And most importantly, start today, not tomorrow, today, because tomorrow is the most dangerous word in the English language. It's where dreams go to die quietly. Your move.